You're watching The 7 from WATE 6 on your side.
Good evening, I'm Bo Williams, and welcome to The 7. Let's get a look at the big 7 stories right now. And topping our list tonight, we are working to learn more after a gunman opened fire at an elementary school in Uvalde, Texas, outside of San Antonio, killing 14 students and 1 teacher. The gunman, identified as 18-year-old Salvador Ramos, was also killed. Ramos was reportedly a student at Uvalde High School or was a former student. Uvalde Police Chief Pete Arriendo said it appears that Ramos acted alone. Texas Governor Greg Abbott added earlier that Ramos shot and killed his grandmother before he went on the shooting rampage around 11:30 a.m. Central Time. Ramos entered the school with a handgun and possibly a rifle and opened fire. Abbott says the shooter was likely killed by responding officers, but that the events were still being investigated. 2 law enforcement officers were shot, but we understand are expected to be okay. Hospital officials say several students are being treated tonight. President Biden has ordered that flags at the White House, federal buildings, and military posts be flown at half-staff for the victims of today's shooting. He is expected to speak later tonight around 8:15. This is the worst school shooting since Columbine and the worst elementary school shooting since Sandy Hook. We are learning more about the fallout from a cybersecurity attack on East Tennessee Children's Hospital. We first told you when it happened about 2 months ago now, in March. Children's Hospital says that's when it found unusual activity on its network. The hospital saying some documents could have been copied or viewed. Parents now say they're getting letters warning that some of their children's personal information may be impacted. Sierra Williams says her 10-month-old daughter and 2-year-old son both went to Children's for a stomach bug a couple of months ago.
This was the first I had heard of it. I've not heard of anybody else receiving letters or anything like that. So I took to Facebook because I was concerned and I was angry that, this apparently happened back in March and nobody has been told anything yet. There was probably hundreds saying the same thing.
In the letter, the hospital writes affected information may include names and contact information, and also birthdays and medical record numbers. Sierra will now be on the lookout and making calls to the Social Security office. She encourages others to do the same. If you need more advice or help, the hospital is encouraging you to review the information provided in the letter. You can also call a helpline. It's up on your screen right now. We have that phone number for you. It is 1-833-749-1685. Next on the Big 7, we're getting an update on the recovery of a Sevier County Sheriff's deputy hurt in a crash as a chase started. As we've reported, Deputy J.D. Dodd was chasing a car on the 412 exit ramp at I-40 when he was involved in a wreck with a truck towing an enclosed trailer. Dodd was taken to UT Medical Center. Just today, we got an update from Dodd's wife saying he is now out of the ICU and in a private room. Cheyenne Dodd says her husband is communicating with his hands and did speak at one point. She says he is a fighter, and quote, "I'm so proud of how far he's come. The prayers are working, so please continue. And again, I can't say thank you enough for all the support. Everyone has been so amazing." Now, we want to point out Dodd's K-9 officer, Toro, was also hurt but expected to recover. If you know anything, though, about the car that got away in the chase, please call the Sevier County Sheriff's Office tonight at 865-594-5800. Next on the Big 7, a scary situation for a homeowner in Loudon County who found a live grenade in her barn. The Loudon County Sheriff's Office says over the weekend, deputies responded to a home along Nicholas Road where a woman who recently purchased the home reported finding the grenade. Sarah Garluzzo told officers she found the grenade while moving some of the previous owner's possessions out of the barn. She says she was told the previous homeowner had served in the military. The Knox County Bomb Squad arrived on the scene and assisted with the grenade removal. Next on the 7, we now know the cause of death for a Maryville couple who died while on vacation in the Bahamas. News Nation got access to autopsy and toxicology reports. We're told Michael and Robbie Phillips died from carbon monoxide poisoning. As we've told you, they ran a travel agency in Maryville that worked with a Caribbean vacation company that ran the resort where they were found. You'll recall the couple was found dead in their room at the Sandals Resort on the island of Exuma. Now, in a separate room, a man from Florida was also found unresponsive and later pronounced dead. Carbon monoxide poisoning is also to blame in his death. Investigators are still working to determine just how these people were exposed to the gas. We'll keep you posted. Next on the Big 7, Knoxville police asking for your help as they work to identify a group of people suspected of stealing $20,000 worth of Apple products. Take a look here at your screen for a moment. These are the people that police are trying to identify tonight. We're told the theft happened at the Walmart on Walbrook Drive on Friday. If you know who these people are, you are asked to reach out to the East Tennessee Valley Crime Stoppers. There are several ways to do this, including calling this number, 865-215-7165. Next on the Big 7, crews are starting a 6-month construction project on a new roundabout that aims to improve traffic flow and safety at a problematic intersection in West Knox County. Right now, going west on Hardin Valley Road, the road ends at the intersection of East Gallaher Ferry Road and Hickory Creek Road. It is the intersection of 3 main roadways, which means you have to make a couple of sharp 90-degree turns, and there are lots of, conflict points for drivers. The intersection has a long history of crashes, with vehicles often driving off the road. This has been made worse when you consider the volume of traffic in the Hardin Valley area has increased due to rapid growth and residential development. With construction underway, drivers should be prepared for large construction equipment near that intersection now through mid-November, but construction of the actual roundabout should not interfere with traffic or require any road closures. And rounding out the Big 7 for you, the so-called college pipeline in Tennessee is evolving, and trade schools are becoming a popular choice after graduation. Yesterday, we told you about a study that found fewer students were going to college straight out of high school. And while institutions work to find ways to boost enrollment, trade schools and trade programs are seeing increased interest in their programs right now. It's a trend that's taking the state of Tennessee by storm. And students can get hands-on training with virtually no student loans and a high likelihood of securing a good job.
With the Tennessee Promise and many of the grants that we have, most students can go to a 4-year or 2-year institution virtually tuition-free. It's a chance for them to get out into the workforce and get a really good job, really good high-paying job in a very short amount of time.
We have more information about trade programs at Roane State as well as the Tennessee College of Applied Technology on our website. Just visit WATE.com.